So over the next couple of weeks, we are going to be seeing some very big news coming from one of, if not the biggest decentralized AI cryptocurrency in the game right now. BitTensor Tao is building an ecosystem that is set to rival some of the biggest cryptocurrency projects in the entire world of finance. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about what's happening on Tao, and I'm going to be bringing to your attention two of the subnets that I am investing heavily into right now, as I think they have huge potential in the upcoming months. Now, if you're new to Tao, I will have to explain to you what is a subnet, how this whole thing works, and why this entire ecosystem is pretty damn bullish. And over the next couple of weeks, I will be talking more and more about Tao, giving you tips, hints, tricks. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you are interested in this decentralized AI ecosystem. Welcome to Everything Currency. This is a show where we talk about everything crypto and mo. I'm your host Jay, and today, of course, like I said in the beginning, we're going to be getting all into what's going on in this Tao ecosystem. So here is the Tao BitTensor token right here, or is BitTensor the Tao token right now. Let me refresh this and get an updated price for you as of recording this video. 10% down on the 3-month, but on the 1 month we are 26% up. So at the beginning of this month, we're actually up 23%. So like I said, could be setting in a bottom right here. Now, a lot of people compare this token to Bitcoin, as Bitcoin is a huge decentralized network for payments. People are saying that Tao is a huge decentralized network for AIs. Now, that's why there's only 21 million tokens that will ever be into circulation. So people are speculating that this token could go, to multiple $1,000s if the market cap continues to go up. And also the huge thing that's happening is these tokens go through a halving cycle just like Bitcoin does, and BitTensor is going to be experiencing its first halving at anywhere between November and early next year. So this is a post, shout out to Crypto Rand right here. It says Bitcoin halving 2024. You have one token. In 2025, it's going to go down to 0.5 tokens. Now, this is 0.5 tokens to be released into the entire ecosystem every 12 seconds. And 2033, you'll have it keeps halving. And the difference in this halving and how this works is every time half of the tokens get released into circulation, a halving happens. So half of the tokens are going to be into circulation right now. When the token hits around, let me go back to Tao. So there's 21 million tokens. So when 10.5 million tokens are into circulation, there will be a halving. Do that again when there's only when half of those tokens are in the supply, there'll be another halving. So the token will get more and more scarce as it goes along, just like Bitcoin, but it should move with that scarcity a little bit faster. Now, if you know anything about Polkadot and the way that the Polkadot wanted to create this interconnected ecosystem of projects that could all kind of feed back into the dot network, and Tao is built on Substrate, which is what Polkadot is built on, and the subnets have a similar idea to that idea. There's of course a little bit difference in you do it. So in Polkadot you have your they used to have, I'm not sure, I haven't been keeping up on Polkadot, but in Polkadot they used to have the parachains, and you would put your Polkadot token into a parachain, and then that parachain will get connected to the entire Polkadot ecosystem. Tao is doing something very similar. So you would take your Tao tokens, and they have all these subnets of Tao, and then you can put your Tao tokens into subnet if you think that the subnets are going to perform better than the Tao token. If you don't think the subnets are going to perform better than the Tao token, then just throw your money in Tao, and that would be your investment right there. So some other cool things going on in this ecosystem, and like I said, that might have been a little bit confusing, but I'll be diving deep into that. I might do like a full deep dive on how Tao works. I actually haven't did a how something works in a long time, so I might do that for the Tao ecosystem, because this is very, very interesting to me. Now, so we talked about the halving that's coming. Also, you have BitTensor BitStarter. Now, all of the launch pads on every single chain are kind of the wave right now. That's where a lot of the alpha is coming from. That's where a lot of the best tokens are coming from. And we'll see that it's going to be happening on Tao coming soon with BitStarter. You're going to be able to invest into some of these subnets and some of these, it's a launch pad for the Tao ecosystem. Should be very, very great. Now, some people ask me, where do you look at stats for Tao? Very simple, Tao stats. You can see all of the parachains right here, and you can see all of the validators on this side. So when you buy into one of the subnets, you would look on this side, and if you want to just hold Tao, you can stake your Tao with the different validators. And this is where things get very, very interesting, because this is where the staking comes into play and where some of the value tends to triple, double, quadruple. You pick a good validator or pick a good subnet. Basically, there's a lot of research to be done in this area. So with that being said, let me give you a subnet that I like in this area. But first, we need to do a little bit of a backstory so this can all make sense to you, how it makes sense in my head. Overall, we see that AI is the biggest investment, or getting the most investment over the last year. I would say since Trump has been president, we've been hearing nothing but this talks of money flowing into AI. Now, for me, what I do when I'm investing into things, I'm always looking for the next iteration. So if I missed the AI wave, like I wasn't able to invest into OpenAI or XAI or any of this stuff, that brings me to the Tao ecosystem. A lot of those big companies I couldn't even get in anyway because I'm not an accredited investor. But this Tao ecosystem is creating competitors for all of those platforms. So for example, you have this big Tao network, and on the network, one subnet might be building the Chat GPT of decentralized AI. Another one might be building a platform for coding like Claude AI. So you have all these different subnets working to build this network together, which is why this Tao as a whole becomes more and more bullish, because what this allows is people want to get their hands on that Tao token, and you're able to get some of the biggest and best talent in the world to work decentralized on the Tao platform, and that's why we have been seeing it succeed. So for example, Ridges right here, I believe it's Ridges, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I'm new to this ecosystem and I'm super bullish on it, but Ridges right here has about a 20k a day money that they get from the ecosystem, and they basically tell all the developers, hey, compete, figure out the best thing. So you have some of the best people in the world competing for a $20,000 payout, which is huge. You can get a lot of talent that way. But anyways, let's get into some subnets that I like. Like I said, the next iteration of AI, I think it naturally goes into robotics, because you're going to give AI agents bodies, and you have payments because you're going to give AI agents bodies, and then you're going to want those AI agents to do stuff. Now, 5 years ago when I started this channel, I said the reason why I'm bullish on crypto is because there's going to be a point in time where you can send your car to McDonald's to pick up your food, have it stop at the dry cleaners, pick up your dry cleaning, and then bring it back to your house, and then you'll have a robot to bring it in for you and fold it. That's where we are heading. And of course, that's going to require a lot of different safety things and stuff like that. That's why I'm more bullish on the decentralized side, because right now we see every single company ends up getting hacked, and then we have to deal with it. We just have, hey, like if you're in the United States, your data in Experian has been hacked. The dark web has your social security number. It's just a fact. But anyways, back to what I was saying. Robotics is going to be, in my opinion, the next natural evolution of where all this AI investment and all this AI money has been going into. So once I'm bullish on a system like what Tao is doing, and there's a lot of different subnets in there building different things, subnet number 39, I believe, no, subnet number 26. I hate the fact that they're just straight numbers like that. But anyways, subnet number 26, Kintaro. As you can see, this is a chart. Let me put the chart on the daily here. We can see that it had sort of a bottom down here at 0.002. Right now it's at 0.003, or it hit 0.004 earlier today. But Kentaro is subnet number 26, and it's advancing embodied intelligence with direct incentives. So I mentioned a little bit about how these incentives can be pretty big for talent all around the world in a decentralized manner. And if we want the best robotics, then we got to get the best people, and offering them the best incentive is how we do that. So it says Kentaro accelerates robotic intelligence through incentivized competitions, training agents to understand and act in the real world, which is pretty dope. So this was the first subnet that I put my money into and decided this is something that I like. It's something that I think is the future, and it's somewhere where I think, you know, my money is going to be, you know, hopefully performing better than if I just held the Tao token by itself. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel. I will be diving deeper into any of the tokens that you guys want in the comment box. Now, besides AI, I forgot to mention there's some other bullish news on Tao, which was this right here. Subnet number 75 is the first subnet to actually get listed on an exchange. So what we are going to see is, as these subnets get listed on exchanges, they are going to have the Binance or the Coinbase or the exchange effect, or the effect of getting put in a place where people can easily access it and have a bunch of liquidity. So this is good for the overall Tao ecosystem. We see that this one, Hippias, I don't really know exactly what it does, but we can see that it got a nice 24% pump today on the news that it got listed on exchanges, and this would be pretty big for the entire ecosystem. I mean, this is big for the entire ecosystem of Tao. So this video is getting long. I want to keep it short, so I'm gonna get into my next video, and then we'll dive deeper in on the next one. So I want to get into the next project, and then we'll dive deeper in the next one. So the next one that I want to talk about is decentralized science, or science in general, is something that's going to benefit heavy off of AI, because we have these AI agents that could have all the information. They can put information faster than people, put information together faster than people could, and also do testing. So I think decentralized science is another place where we're going to see a lot of investment, especially from pharmaceutical companies. So this will be pretty interesting. But that brings me to this subnet right here, subnet 25 mainframe. Now we can see that mainframe today, I'm not sure why, had a crazy pump, a nice pump right here in the last hour. As I was getting ready for this video, I saw that they had pump, but it's powering decentralized science on BitTensor. This is a website right here, is Macrocosms. Now I will say this about the entire BitTensor network: if you see different names like mainframe or Macrocosm, then it's because some of these bigger projects like Macrocosm could have different subnets. Like this one has mainframe, data universe, IOTA, and Apex under this entire umbrella, which could be cool. You know, if one of these, like IOTA is one that performed pretty well, well, mainframe might perform pretty well. But this team is doing a lot of things in this market right now, Macrocosm's team, and that's why we see a difference. So if you see this kind of mainframe right here, and then you see Macrocosm right here, just, you know, I noticed the logo is the same, stuff like that. But don't be too alarmed, because that's something that happens. A lot of these projects are hopping on this BitTensor wave, as BitTensor is something that's a little bit more newer to the entire crypto ecosystem. So definitely, let's check out the website real quick. Folding protein, open source. When you come down right here, it says the power of distributed compute. SN25 is dedicated to protein folding subnets. Now, the thing with protein folding is this is how we find new medicines and stuff like that. So the more proteins that get folded, and the more research we can do on that, would be better overall for creating new drugs that could benefit people. And they also have partnerships with some pharmaceutical companies already, you know, building things out in the real world. It's not just, you know, in the crypto space. So subnet number 25 is something that I'm looking into, and it's very interesting. The subnets are pretty easy once you find one that looks good. Like once I find subnet number 25 and I like it, I can see that Macrocosms has 4 other subnets that I can go and research, and then you'll start to see why they have 4 different subnets and how these subnets work together and benefit and feed off of each other. And then you can just invest into the ones that you like, or overall make sure you have some money sitting in the underlying asset of this entire ecosystem, which is Tao. So with that being said, leave me comments in the comment box of anything that you think I should talk about. If you like Tao, if you don't like Tao, if you have competitors to Tao, if you have different subnets for me, let me know. I'm new to this ecosystem and I'm excited to talk more about it. So y'all think positive and positive things will happen. RIP to crypto roots, and remember, never finish a negative statement about currency. Till next time, peace.